it is clear that Biden's approval has collapsed. No one is suddenly saying, oh, Joe is actually a good president, which that tends to happen. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before I get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. Let us get into it, because we have a brand new poll that was just released from Emerson College. You know, one of the best pollsters out there, and yeah, sometimes you get weird results here and there, but the vast majority of the time, Emerson College is a good pollster, and when they pull a race or whatever, they tend to be accurate. And they just released a brand new poll for the month of January, and to say it's a disaster for Democrats and great news for Trump would be an understatement. Like, this is I believe, the final poll under Joe Biden's presidency from Emerson College. And his final numbers, if this is his final, which again, there could be another poll after this. Maybe they do one on January 19th or whatever, but look at this. This, more than likely, is Biden's final approval as president, according to Emerson College. Look at it. Right now, only 70% of Democrats approve of Joe Biden. Not 80, not 90%, only 70% of Democrats, not just in general, just Democrat voters, people you would think would love Joe Biden. Well, guess what? Right now, only 70% of Democrats are saying, yeah, they approve of the job that Biden has done the last 4 years. Biden's disapproval is up to 18% among Democrats. Look at independents. Only 33% of independents approve of Biden's handling as president. That's it. And I guarantee you, these neutral/no opinion voters, I guarantee you these voters, like 95% of them, they would be saying, yeah, we disapprove of the job that Biden has done over the last 4 years. I mean, think about it. He's only at a 70% approval with Democrats. The one group that should theoretically still be like 90% in favor of Joe, they're not even cracking 80%. They're barely above 70. They barely cracked 70% with Democrats. President Biden closes his term with an approval rating 12 points lower than the first Emerson National poll in 2021 that measured the president's approval at 49%. Spencer Kimball, executive director of Emerson College Polling, said, and this is very unusual, like most of the time, in the final weeks of the presidency, you should be seeing your numbers go up. Now, sometimes there are some weird circumstances where they do go down. Like, for example, after January 6th of 2021, you did see a lot of push polls, I call them. I mean, some of these polls were complete bullshit, but you did see Trump's approval go down a little bit. But was that really because people were saying, oh, he's a terrible president? Or was that more so, A, you had a bunch of BS polls trying to push a narrative, but also it was a response bias. It was, you know, a last second thing that happened and people were saying, oh, January 6th was a terrible day and this is Trump's fault. That's what happened in 21, but what's Biden's excuse? Well, his excuse is not only does he suck, but the last month or so, you know, his final few weeks in the White House, he's been doing everything he can to screw Trump over. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Everything he's done the past couple of weeks is not to build his legacy or whatever to help Trump with his second term. No, it's doing everything he can to spite Trump. That's the truth in it. I mean, everything he's done, you could tell it's like, wait, you're doing the complete opposite of what Trump's going to do, and it's basically everything you've done? It's like, wait, hold up, why? It's as if, yeah, Joe Biden is a piece of crap, and he's trying to screw Trump over with everything he's doing in the last couple of weeks. And you read the rest of this poll, right now, Biden's approval with Democrats is the lowest it's ever been. A 16-point drop-off since 2021. Yeah, his approval with Democrats has cratered. The one demographic that no matter what should have been like 85-90% approve. It's barely 70%, and even if you give him every single undecided voter that are Democrats, his approval with Dems would be only 82%, which is a 4-point drop off from 21. It is clear that Biden's approval has collapsed. No one is suddenly saying, oh, Joe is actually a good president, which that tends to happen. I mean, even with Bush in 2008 and 9, towards the end, his approval did slightly go up. Now, was that because his numbers were so bad that they just went up? Yeah, but even with Obama in 2016 and 2017, his numbers went up in the last couple of weeks. It happens 95% of the time. But under Joe, it's getting even worse. A majority, 67% of voters, think the country's on the wrong track, while 33% think the U.S. is heading in the right direction. This compares to the beginning of Biden's term, when 54% thought the country was on the wrong track, and 46% thought the country was on the right direction. Yeah, in the final few weeks of the presidency, basically everyone is agreeing this country's in deep trouble. Thank God for Trump in a week or so, because we're not heading in the right direction. We need Trump to fix this now. And speaking of Trump, the main reason I wanted to make this video was because they did a poll on his favorability. And look at this. According to Emerson College, 52% of voters have a favorable view of President-elect Trump, while 42% hold an unfavorable opinion of him. Yeah, right now, according to Emerson College, Trump's favorability is plus 10. For those that don't know, this has never happened. It might have happened once. Like once a decade with Trump, he might have had a favorability of plus 10. Look at this. It's all red. -14, -30, -20. We're not talking about approval. This is favorability, which for Trump has always been low, because with favorability, you're asking people, hey, do you like Trump? Not do you approve of him, do you actually like Trump? And let's be honest, Trump's personality for years was a big drop-off with him. That was the one problem with Trump for years. A lot of people did not like the personality. They might have liked the policy, but for years they were saying, I don't like the personality of Trump. That's the turnoff for a lot of people. But now, in recent weeks, his numbers have gone way up. Outside this one garbage Reuters poll, Trump's favorability has clearly surged. Just a couple months ago, it was actually a year ago, in September of 2023, I should say, it was -18. Right now, it's -0.7. In fact, a couple weeks ago, it was +1. So Trump's favorability, which has always been very low, even during his presidency, way worse than his approval, his favorability is the highest it's ever been. Like, there was a little bump here, but then you had the garbage Reuters and Quinnipiac polls, which, again, those polls were thrown out. But outside of that, it's clear Trump is becoming way more popular. As we get closer to his second term, people are saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to give Trump a real shot this time. And you notice it's not really Trump's favorability is that crazy. I mean, it's 52%, which for him is rare. I mean, that's a majority. The big reason he's doing so good is there's such a large portion of the electorate, they're not saying they are favorable of Trump or they're unfavorable. They're saying, you know what? Let's give Trump a real chance. The first 4 years, that was BS. We just hated him because he was the orange man. But now, we gave him a second term. He won the popular vote, won the Electoral College easily. He has a mandate. Let's give him a real chance this time around. And I really believe that there's a chance, and again, it's not a guarantee, but if Trump actually does what he says he's going to do, I believe he could actually be very popular. Like, Trump's unfavorability is probably has a set floor. I don't see it going much lower, but there's a chance that if Trump does what he says he's going to do, you could see his favorability go up. Maybe to 55, 56, 57%, which is still unlikely. But even if that doesn't happen, like, let's just say, fine, Trump's favorability stays at roughly 50%, which is a majority, which is way better than it's been for years now. I mean, the best before like 2024 and 2025, he was on like a 45% favorable rating. That's it. Now, there's a good chance that his numbers could be majority favorable. And if that happens, that just demonstrates that, yeah, the stigma surrounding Trump and people that support him, it's going away. People are starting to realize, oh, wait, this isn't just the orange man. This is Donald Trump. He's a president-elect, and we support what he wants to do. We may not like him, but we should give him a fair chance and not attack people just because they voted for him. I mean, like, 6 years ago, it was clear that you could not publicly support Trump, that you'd be seen as crazy, delusional, a far-right nut job. But now, it's more acceptable to vote for Trump or support him. And that's why I believe his favorability is going up. A chunk of these voters, they always liked Trump, but they never admitted to it. But now they're like, yeah, screw you. Trump won. He won the popular vote. Yeah, I love Trump. And now there's a chunk of voters, they're on the fence with him. They're saying, you know, I may not like Trump, but we'll give him a fair chance this time around. Maybe he can prove everyone wrong. Maybe he can fix the economy. Maybe he can stop the endless wars. If he does that, yeah, we would support him. So, again, we've got to see what happens, because you could argue maybe this is a little bit of a response bias. But even then, it's like, wait, everyone knows who Trump is. Everyone already has an opinion on the guy. It's not like, oh, yeah, Trump, no one knew who he was a month ago, but everyone now knows. No, everyone knows who Donald Trump is. They've had an opinion on him for 10 years now. But out of nowhere in recent weeks, his numbers keep going up. I mean, it's still unlikely, but there is a non-zero chance we see Trump, relatively speaking, popular, not just barely above 51%. No, there's a chance that, hey, maybe this number cracks 55, 56% if Trump does what he says he's going to do. And the stigma surrounding Trump every single day, it's going away. Less and less people are stigmatizing supporting Trump, which there are still some that do, but the fact is, Trump's popularity continues to go up, while Biden's continues to sink. It's collapsing. It's clear. Even Democrats, they're saying, this presidency sucks. We need change bad. Joe Biden was not a good president, which, by the way, why did it take Democrats so long to finally say this? Joe Biden has sucked for 4 years, but out of nowhere, it must be because Joe has gotten so bad recently, but even Democrats are admitting that this guy's incompetent. He's awful. He has no clue what he's doing. He's screwing Trump over. He's got to go. So in the final week of Joe Biden's presidency, his approval continues to sink, but Trump's surges. We shall see what happens. Maybe we see Trump's favorability and approval skyrocket. But at the same time, this is Trump. Is this just a temporary bump? Or is this really a change? Like a legitimate change with a lot of people? Personally, I think there is a change happening with voters realizing that Trump is not just the orange man. This is President Trump. But who knows? Maybe a lot of people are still going to say, yeah, but this is the orange man and orange man bad. Which, if that's the case, that would suck. But the fact that we're even talking like, yeah, there's a chance his favorability could be way higher than Joe's. I mean, it is. According to Emerson, Trump's at +10, and Joe Biden, who in 2020 had a super high favorability rating, is -10. So Trump is 20 points more popular than Biden is. 20. Not 1, not 2. 20 points more popular than Joe. Which in 2020, it was like Joe Biden beat Trump on the issue by like 50 points. It was ridiculous. But now Trump has flipped the script. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.